Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and guess what's live today? Oh yes, Magic Legends. So I thought I'd just record, my initial impressions of the first level here. I did kind of run through it and concentrate on what they were saying, which is why I'm doing the narration afterwards. Also, I forgot to mute the background music. I don't know if it's copyrighted, so yeah, there's gonna be no sound effects, but also I was talking like mad smack in the mic at these at these AI characters. So, and every time they got caught in a trap, I called them idiots. So ignore the chat where some hilarious prankster decided to start saying, what is it, exclamation mark free pack, and then everybody's like, oh, so you get a free pack, and that's how you do it. No, that's not how you do it. Funny prank though. I mean, legitimately, actually, that is kind of funny. So I went with the white aligned planeswalker because you got to bring that divine might while also potentially being occasionally helpful to your party members. So in other words, I based it on D&D. Oh man, I let's just say, okay, a couple campaigns ago, I made a war, whatever the hell you call it, war something cleric, which is basically just a crappy paladin that doesn't know how to heal worth beans. And past about level 9, you're useless because you never get a second attack. So that's me. So I'm going with the minimal healing build and the maximal ass whooping build, I guess. So if you're wondering what those follow me around are, those are devotion counters. And when I get to my fourth one, it summons an angel. So that's my utility, which is heal everybody around me. That's a trap on the ground that my brilliant AI assistants keep falling into. But then the Q button is the, AoE attack. I forgot what they call it, but on this character, it's an area of effect. And then your primary attack is just, blast them with, basically magic missiles that don't home. So I like it. It seems good. It's not like I've tested out any of the other characters yet, but yeah, that is a summoned creature following me. The guy wearing white, obviously. I like the color coding, keeps it tidy. And then that's just like an AI assistant, like, oh, I'm gonna help you go figure out what's going on or whatever. Couldn't figure out what those did. As far as I could tell, nothing. I'm sure they're important, but there we go. So you got your interactable stuff where they're like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's evidence. Oh, that's a thing. Oh, something's, let's stop and discuss the situation. And so far the story's not too bad. I mean, it's not like painfully cheesy. So when I summon a soldier like that, it actually stuns everybody in the area for, I think, 2 seconds or 4 seconds, one of the two. And then he just starts swinging at him, which is a wonderful combination. I think the most you can have is 2 that I've seen so far, but maybe it just hasn't come up. So, like I said before the game even came out, we saw this in some of the developer announcements, was you cast a spell and then you lose it. So my 2 active spells are on the bottom there, and then it selects randomly another spell from your deck. So you don't really know what's going to come up, and the AI even says, well, you got to kind of think on your feet, So, like, I had that big burst area of effect. I should have gotten a little bit closer before I used it, which I would not normally do. But then I thought, oh, well, I should stay outside the crowd with that big rush ability that just hit him, And then your mana's on the bottom in yellow, and your health is in green, I believe. So, no matter what, everybody gets healing, because when you take out some characters, you got those little green orbs that heal you, I believe. They weren't terribly clear on it, to be honest, but also my computer's too fast to read the quick tips on the loading screen. They're only there for about 1/8 of a second. I know, first world problems. So this is kind of the second mission. The first one is like the, learn how the controls work and pick up spells one at a time and test them kind of thing, where you're helping out Ral, which is a shame because I hate the Izzet Guild. But whatever. The voice acting's, solid 7 out of 10. It's not like the best I've ever heard, but it's not cringy bad. So, all right. So you can see we got to go help the goblins, unfortunately. I love that. And here's Big Elite right here. So we're gonna get into a fight. I like that. And then they sneak up behind you. I mean, some of these campaigns or encounters, I guess you would say, the ambushes are actually pretty clever. Like, there's one where if you time it perfectly, you can almost like not even get hit with like a rush of saplings. You just go like left, right, back up, boom, drop a bomb, and you just take them all out in 1 second. And then you're like, oh, I feel like a badass. So, this guy's got some hit points here, but one of my spells is crit capable, so I could hit like up to about a 1800 with it, which is nice. But yeah, if you just unload on them or just back up and let your allies deal with it. and then just kind of support them, you know. My healing abilities are not amazing, but they didn't want you to just be able to just run up and just spam like a full heal, because you could just do that every couple seconds and you'd never die. Another trap, and there's the AI getting stuck in it again. Nice. I love it. Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna find what's going on with the goblins here, but I thought, okay, well, we got a little downtime. There's no limit except for the recharge time on the heal, so why don't I heal my summoned creature? And I don't think that there's a timeout on the summon. I don't think he like goes away after 60 seconds. I think he just goes away when he dies, basically. I think he's got more hit points than I do, too. Dude, check that out, dude. They give you a little preview of the boss battle down there. It's pretty wild. I did pretty good at that one, I gotta say. I mean, I'm used to games like this. You can see the targeting is kind of a nightmare. You do kind of lock on if your mouse is vaguely near them, but not always. You can see it's kind of, you know, is it in line or is it not? But then you get those big field spells where you hold them to target, and then you release when they're proper. And you can see I'm just snapping them because I know where my mouse cursor is. I'm not watching for the outline, I'm watching for the mouse cursor. So I just leave it up for the absolute bare minimum amount of time, like 1 frame, and then release it because I already know what direction it's going. And in some of the tighter places, you got to get good at that. That was a bad target right there. This is terrible. And then I use an AoE on one single monster, but you know, you don't lose anything. It doesn't take any mana. You know, the Q and the E abilities there are just whenever you want. So I like it. There we go. Now I should have probably stopped to heal. Do I actually do it? No, my dude, look how low my dude is, man. I got to take care of my party here. Jeez. Huh. Yeah, watching it back, I'm like, oh, I could have done this better. You could see a lot of those missed. I don't know. I mean, hard to make that miss, but I took a little damage getting a little too close to him. You know, so you gotta watch that stuff. So some of the more distant stuff, you gotta be like, yeah, okay, I'll not do it from point blank, and I'll run away if I'm in, you know, trouble, if that's one of the queued up spells. But you can see I prepped number 2 right there, or I didn't prep it, it just showed up out of the deck, which means I gotta run up in the dead center of a crowd and just detonate it. And there's no real good reason that I'm not summoning another dude with number 1 right now, other than if I summon them directly on someone, I get a stun on it. So it's like, well, do I summon it and get it out of the way and recharge the mana, or do I summon it when I really need it to stun them and then just have them pound on them harder? It's hard to say. I haven't been playing the game long enough to know which one's tactically better. See, I don't know where those guys came from. They just kind of came out of nowhere. It kind of bugs me that you might have noticed that little dog thing, I don't know what the hell it is, a Felidar, I guess, which would make it a cat, occasionally flickers red. So I'm like, oh, an enemy. Oh no, it's just her pet. Oh, an enemy. Oh, wait, no, that's a dude. I forgot. It's not Nissa. Nissa was in the last one. Nissa's friend. Some guy. Oh, Huntmaster Procyon. Procyon. I don't know who he is. I mean, look at these visuals, though. I mean, they're not like the best thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, Skyrim in HD. Which is funny because this game came out a lot after Skyrim. But it's sharp, and actually my 1080 Ti is having trouble running this at 1440p. I didn't pull up a frame rate counter, but I could tell you right now, and obviously I recorded it at 30 FPS, so there's that. But it was probably not 144 FPS. So here's the boss battle right here, and they did warn me before I went in. I don't know if you guys caught that. So another thing, you couldn't immediately tell that those were enemies. It was kind of by context. So they're only really red when you get your mouse cursor near them, but then, like I said, it keeps flashing the Felidar red, and he's an ally. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a visual thing. Oh, look at that strike. Did you see that? Oh, God, that was disgusting. It was like 4,000 damage. Makes me sick just looking at it. So you can see, okay, there we go. I summoned a dude, and then those chains, I stunned them for like 2 seconds around, so then we could get free hits. But yeah, I would kill for an AoE right now. So that was terrible targeting, but I did get 1,700 damage on him. Now, see, right there is a good time to drop AoE. That's why I like the white dude, because he has, you know, an AoE and a target, and then he also has healing. It's just all 3. I kind of read what the other ones do. It seems like probably the red mana aligned one probably does a little bit more damage, but this is more balanced. Probably better of a solo build too, but I'll probably be playing with a ton of you guys. I did notice that, okay, I took out the one guarding that one Hedron, and I'm like, oh, cool, okay, let's, you know, sweep the area, make sure I don't get flooded while I go for the next one. And then, I think it already happened, he respawned at the Hedron. Oh, man. Or wait, did I already finish it? I don't know. I was talking about something else. So yeah, I think. Yeah, that Hedron fight was interesting with all them elementals. Or did I not get to the main Hedron fight? Was it just one? Oh, I think that was the intro to it to tell you how it goes. Okay. Yeah, we got a ways to go before I hit the actual Hedron fight. Okay, so that was one elemental on one Hedron. There's about to be 4. Let's just put it that way. And there's a hilarious glitch at the end too, by the way. And yeah, my AI partners aren't that smart. Don't worry, I got heals. There we go. I love it how stuff sneaks up behind you, because then it's not just like, oh, it's Gauntlet Legends, I already cleared that. It's like, no, they came out of nowhere, and now you got to watch, your back, your front, everywhere. Come to think of it, the angel on the 4th devotion, which you can see the next cast is going to get it because I have 3 devotion counters, the angel that you summon only sticks around for 20 seconds, but she has lifelink. Now, I don't know if, she has lifelink or she has lifelink that heals me. It didn't really specify, and I haven't been paying close enough attention. Yeah, just run right into it. Why don't you just dive? Just dolphin dive right into the trap. Anyway. Oh, boy, here we go. So now he says, the rain, something feels unnatural. It's warm. I think it's raining men. Hallelujah. Oh, wait, no, that was Ral's mission. He already left. All right, here we go. Just checking the area. I felt like something was going to spawn there. I'm like, nah, we've been too long without getting ambushed, so I was taking it slow. Oh, man. Some of these are a little tougher. Some of them, 500-600 hit points, and you gotta actually be careful with those. You can't just one hit them. And remember, my character's basically like level 1. So I've already seen some kind of microtransaction-y stuff. I haven't looked too much into like the store and all that crap. Not sure it's even live yet, to be honest. But here it is. Okay, they're going to warn me that this is the boss battle right here. So, by the way, the merfolk, are they behind this? Yes, because merfolk are evil. I want to kill them all, and the merfolk are always behind everything. Let's take them out. You want me to fight merfolk? We're fighting merfolk. Let's frickin' go. Oh boy. But I did see like a limit on how much ether you can. Oh, pardon me, aether. I'm gonna keep that joke going. How much aether you can refine per day? And it looked generous, but it's like, so I mean, maybe it's just you can't play too much, you can't progress too quick by just playing for 24 hours and just blitzing it like RuneScape. Like when a new skill comes out, people just like race to 99, and of course I'm talking about like 2003. But yeah, I think I like the limit, but then I bet there's an override for cash, which means you could just pay your way to being stronger than everybody else. But I don't know, I haven't looked too close. So, okay, so you got to take out all the elementals that are messing with the Hedrons and turning them blue, and everybody knows blue magic is the worst, so we got to do something about that. So I took him out. I'm like, okay, let's focus on that Felidar, because damn. I think that wasn't a Felidar. I think they called it oh no, it's this Felidar beast. Okay, one of them, it looked like a Felidar, but it was like a spore beast. I'm like, I don't know. I think they're recycling assets, but art is the hardest thing to do. There it is. Oh man, you can do so much damage with that. Give me a bigger crowd. It's really narrow, but if you target it just right, and there's a little bit of a delay, but if you get it just right, you could just take out a row of them. Now you can see he just respawned. So it turns out you're supposed to take them out really quickly. So now I'm just unloading on him. Just, you give me a spell, I'll drop it on his face. Let's go. So then I'm like, okay, we got to go to the next one. Let's go. Just a little tip for you. You got to take them out pretty quick. So I'm just launching, waiting for a good spell to show up, and then boom! Dropped a summon right on his face. I actually got caught in the trap that time. Okay. I mean, it happens to the best of us. I'm basically letting my allies handle the spiders, because I'm just keeping an eye on like his health bar, and it's not too bad. I only clipped him on that one. I could have jumped a little closer, but I did completely and utterly miss with that one. I thought, okay, how many Hedrons are there? I don't want him to start respawning. Let's go. Oh, look at that. 600 damage. Damn. That was a little generous there. There it is. And that's the one that can do a crit, that big blitz. That's why you see it do like 1800 once in a while. Get out of the vines, Des. Oh, by the way, I named my character Oakland Tony, obviously. I think the next one, oh no, if they're not reserved, I guess I won't tell you what I'm going to name the next one. So check this out. The boss is still there, but it says talk to Prokyan, so I'm like, let's do it. Oh shoot, the boss is still firing at us, him especially. So I'm like, okay, I'll actually do this right instead of cheesing it. Oh, come on. Drop that nuke. There it is. Got that crit. What's up? So don't forget to go get all your gold and get stuck in the trap. Yep. I heal him every time, but I mean, come on. Like, I almost got stuck in it that time. There we go. The taint is gone. We have cured the taint. He says he doesn't feel like the hedrons are tainted anymore. So we did it, guys. We've kicked the taint out of the forest. I'm taking this game terribly seriously. So anyway, yeah, check this out. At the end of a little run here, you get some cool treasure. Don't really know what any of it means, but I think, okay, that is like how much XP you got for each of those abilities by using them or something like that, or just generally here have them. We got some unrefined ether, then some XP, I think it said. I don't know. That went by really quick. Oh, XP and gold, I think. Okay, cool. So we just go back to the main overworld, and that's as far as I got. So, I mean, that's the basic, you know, how you do it. I like it. I think it might get a little tiresome, but it's like, well, then switch up your deck. And this is the kind of thing where it's like, I think partying with people is going to be like not the whole game, but it's going to be most of the game. You know, the whole, oh, well, let's just do a meme run, all 5 white wizards, you know, white planeswalkers, and let's just heal everybody and just blow the tits off of everything in the damn forest. Or like, let's get really low levels and drag them into a comically over-leveled area and just see how that goes, you know? Now, Among Us, you know, the game is just like 100% player-generated entertainment, and the game's like, you know, 5% of it, which obviously adds up to 105%. Didn't really think that one through. But generally, I would say, I mean, this looks cool, the whole level up, let's get more powerful. Ooh, I want to see what a new spell does. Oh, let's run this. Maybe I'll get a new spell reward or, you know, whatever. That's cool. But then obviously I heard they have packs. The packs have cards, which are spells for your deck, and then you could put them in. So if you were to buy, you know, 50 packs up front, you'd probably unlock just about every spell there is. Now, I had heard counts saying between 170 to 180 unique spells per character. So, I mean, you ain't going to get bored with that, but what if, you know, some are just inherently better than others? But then I thought, well, some will be single target bombs, and then you got like your kind of wide arcs, you got your explosive ones, and then maybe you got an even wider area of effect one, and maybe like you like that better. So I think it's going to take a while before people get sick of, you know, trying out every spell that they could possibly get their hands on. It's just how quickly are they going to hand out the spells for free? I'm a little bit concerned about that. But we'll see. I mean, I will say that Perfect World Entertainment is a Chinese company. They are 100% Chinese owned, and Chinese companies tend to get really greedy with the microtransactions. I'm not saying American companies are any worse or better. Well, I meant to say better because some of them are worse. Like Zynga, they're terrible. I hate them. They make any Chinese company look like saints by comparison. But specifically Cryptic tended to be pretty light on microtransactions in the couple games that I've seen, especially Neverwinter. It was very, very fair. I mean, you could open a billion loot boxes and get some ultra rare stuff, but a lot of it was purely cosmetic. Like, look, I'm riding around on a 4 million, you know, platinum mount. Look at me. And then it's like the exact same speed as another one that only costs 1/8 as much, you know? So it was stylistic, it was cosmetic, but you could flip-flop the two currencies, and it looks like you can probably do that here in this game too. And in Neverwinter, you could upgrade artifacts that actually make you better at PvP and PvE. So it was eventually kind of pay to win when the artifacts came out. Speaking of that, I haven't seen it yet, but this game allegedly has artifacts and equipment too. So I hope it's not too pay to win, but I don't think the game has PvP yet, and I'm not sure it ever will. So it's like, oh, you're just making yourself slightly more capable of just beating the crap out of the game. Well, what if it's balanced enough that at a slightly lower, you know, damage output and power level, you could also beat the mission? Well, then what's the point, you know, in getting more powerful? Just do it naturally. Just play the damn game. I mean, at the end of the day, with you know, targeting stuff correctly and all that, like, you either can beat the mission or you can't. So it's like, why run through it overkilling it? I mean, that's like using a cheat code. So I don't know. Maybe it might get to like a Tower Rush kind of mobile thing where you literally cannot beat certain missions unless you grind your ass off or pay the money. So that's just my speculation on how bad it's going to get. I don't think it's going to get very bad. I think it's going to be not too bad at all. But time will tell. I think within about a week, once we get all the systems and the math down and the daily limits and all that, people will know. And they're going to give feedback to the you know, the people who made it, and they're going to make tweaks, obviously, because they don't want everybody leaving. The one thing I'm curious about is this is a new free game, and it looks pretty cool, and the controls are pretty initially cool, and the tutorial in the first level are pretty impressive. So Will this attract non-Magic players? My guess is yes, and they should probably start a massive ad campaign probably about 2 weeks from now once they get the game really stable and tested that just targets anyone. And you know the free games attract all the 13-year-olds because they don't have jobs or credit cards. That's just how it goes. Welcome to Fortnite. Minecraft used to be free. Roblox, I think, is free. Oh, free me I meant to say for all of those, by the way. Obviously, they're not a damn charity. So will we see a bunch of obnoxious 12 and 13-year-olds in this game? My guess is yes. And there's world chat. My God. We're all doomed. But anyway, I guarantee you within a couple days, like me, Cinder, Perp, probably Crepsy, maybe DJ Vinyl, if we can get it, we're all just going to jump at a party and just cause absolute havoc. So if you don't want to miss that, hit subscribe, especially since I'm down below 50K again. Damn it, YouTube. Thanks for watching this initial preview. Service seems stable, haven't been lagging so far, so go check it out yourself. It seems capable, and so far I'm having fun. So go check it out yourself on the Arc Games loader. Don't go get it on Epic Games Launcher. It's complete ass cancer. And I'll see you guys next video.